Hello and welcome to Introduction to Epistemology, and today we are going to discuss egocentric predicament. So when we talk about egocentric predicament, we need to understand first that what is egocentric mean, and it is defined as the individual that is self-centered or selfish, and it deals with the individual personality. We can also explain in terms of egoistic or egoism. So when we talk about egocentric predicament, we are talking about the selfishness or the condition of a particular person or situation that is self-centered. The concept was given by Ralph Barton in 1910, and he's talking about the problem of not being able to view the reality outside our own perception. So when we talk about egocentric predicament, we're talking about the person view of the reality in context to his own mind or in context to his own perception. And in the inverted commas, I have explained the epistemological predicament with apparently being unable to get outside one's own mind, because that all the knower can know will be what is present in his own mind. So it could be possible that someone is egocentric in his thought, and the person think that I know everything what is going on. Or for example, when we explain egocentric predicament, we're talking about different conspiracy theories about the world. We have heard a lot of conspiracy theories about the problems of vaccination, conspiracy theories about the world control or the world order. So again, these all are explained in terms of egocentric predicament, where a person think the world or think the external world in his own context of perception. And Plato has mentioned that we are actually a prisoner of our own cave, and we mention that the only reality we know is the one based on our experience, despite the fact that there could be a different reality beyond what we are able to perceive. So what the Plato is going to discuss is that we are the prisoner of our own thoughts and our own perception, and we see our world with our own perception. That's why we are talking about different conspiracy theories in the current scenario. And when the pandemic was there, everybody is talking about the end of the world, and because people are thinking in their own thoughts in the context of their perception about the world, about the object or any idea or anything. It depends what we are talking to. From egocentric predicament, we came another phenomenon, which is phenomenon, which is given by Charles Sandler, and he used to describe the reality that is filtered through our perception. And he said that the reality as we see it and true reality is two different things. So he is talking about the reality that we see or the reality that exists is different, and he mentioned that technically we can't prove anything that exists, because at the end the information we acquire are the product of our own mind. So he is thinking that our own mind have certain perception, and from that certain set of perception we going to explain the reality, but in fact the reality is a different thing. To understand this concept, I give you a simple example of vaccination conspiracy theories. Like many conspiracy theories talk about vaccination being evil, or they're talking about conspiracy theories of Bill Gates vaccination contain microchip that want to control the humans, or sometimes conspiracy theories talking about that vaccination could cause infertility in men. So again, these are the common conspiracy theories. They are talking about vaccination and their negative consequence. But what is scientific facts, that there is no evidence available, and there could be some minor adverse effects, which could be like increase in body temperature or fever, but other than that there is no evidence, especially for current COVID-19, that there is these conspiracy theories prove such claims. So this is a simple example of one issue of the people perception in their own mind, and then the knowledge or the information they give to the other people. Because with this problem it leads to a bigger problem, because there are many people in the world that are influential, and then if these conspiracy theories they are talking negative consequence about vaccines, then obviously people will become more fearful, and then they don't take the vaccinations. That's why, especially when we talk about worldwide, the presidents and prime ministers, they are taking self initiatives to take the vaccination by themselves first, so that they bring the trust and confidence to the people that it's not bad for the health and it's good for us for making the world better. If we're talking about okay, how we can say that our vaccination is safe, the scientific evidence still prove that the vaccine is good, because this is a extensive research from clinical trials, because I'm itself a pharmacist, so I know the process of how the vaccination will come to us from clinical trials, which is divided into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4, and after extensive clinical trial the vaccine is going to dispense to us. So again, the evidence is necessary to explain some certain elements, and that can be explained in terms of egocentric predicament to understand, and it could be explained in terms to understand the Fenelon phenomena given by Charles Sandler. To understand the phenoloscopy or phenomenology, this is the website that give good information about Fenelon observations and disposing preconceptions, and so you can read this information from gnusystem.ca, and they are talking briefly about phenomena. But I'm interested to see some examples what they give about phenoloscopy. Give me some examples. There are some other examples also given. For example, if we look at a color and we say that okay, this is a red, but how can we justify that this is red? So in actual sense, the color, if a person is looking, is the image of that color, and that image is red because obviously we have studied in our childhood, we have identified the colors in our school, or we learn from our parents that how can we distinguish different colors like red, green, blue. So again, the color, when we talk about some color, this is a knowledge that we learn through our experience with the help of teachers or with the help of our parents. But the justification of color, if it's red, is not justified with what we are seeing, because it's just like a piece of image, or is an image, but the color that we give to that image was given through knowledge and through experience that was translated, or that was given from one generation to other generation, that this is a red color. Then there is a concept of solipsism and realism. So a solipsist is someone who believes that everything we experience is a product of our mind, and thus if I cease to exist, everything also ceases to exist. Whereas realism is someone who believes the reality exists which is separate from our mind. So if I cease, even still outside the world continue without me. The famous example of solipsism is given by Descartes, and according to him, I think therefore I am, which means that the only thing that I can be sure of is that I exist. Everything else is open to doubt. And in the last lecture, if you remember, I talked about that how the things could be certain. I already mentioned that the certain we know, or when I talk about my philosophy, is that we know about life or death. but we don't know when the death will occur, or in other terms, we don't know the time of life and death. We only know that life and death exist, but we don't know the time, or how much or how many years do we live. So again, all the other things like prosperity or sadness, so the time, we are not aware of the time. People talk them in terms of astrology, but still we are not certain of everything. But Descartes has mentioned, only thing that I know is I am. So it means the only thing that know that I am exists. So in the next slide, we are also talking about example of like some dog are pets and no pets are dog, and this is actually explained in terms of misuse of vocabulary. We can explain both context, like for example, there are some dogs in our pets. Maybe we have dogs, cat, and we have rabbit, and we are talking that there are some dogs in our pet collection, but it could be explained in terms of there is no pet as dog, because dogs are not every time are pets, they are sometimes wild. So this is explained in terms of the misuse of vocabulary. And I mentioned in the end that this point in turn deprives the skeptic way of argue that belief of necessary truth could be false. So it's just a playing of the vocabulary to explain a simple concept like a dog, which could be a pet or which could be one of the pet. So thank you so much for today's lecture, and hope to see you again.